Hello and welcome everyone to Coach's Corner, our weekly coaches interview when we sit down with the associate head coach here at the University of Albany in the women's soccer program, Nick Balquette. First of all, thanks for taking a couple minutes. And since the last time we spoke, you guys went to Rhode Island and knocked off the Rams 1-0 in a game where Vivian Vega scored in the 25th minute. You guys hang on to win, and you guys have had a tremendous non-conference season. 5 wins. For the first time since, I believe, 2010. Talk about the game against Rhode Island and just the overall non-conference schedule.
Yeah, we're satisfied with how the non-conference part of our season went. That game against Rhode Island, it was a good kind of tune-up, dress rehearsal, if you will, for our league opener that happened last Sunday. But it was a good game for us. It was a game in which we controlled the pace of the play against a very decent Rhode Island team. They don't have the best record, but they deserve more credit because they're a good team, and we performed well against them. Vivian's goal came in the 20-some minute period. It was just a Vivian Vega goal. It wasn't chalkboard sort of play drawn up. It was she found a way to get the ball in the goal off a corner kick. So that's just her. And then we kind of rallied around one another. Another really nice and unique part about that victory is 18 players played. And that for a program and for a coaching staff, you can ask for nothing more than that, because it wasn't that 18 players played, but they all played meaningful minutes, made meaningful contributions in a very tight game against a good opponent. So we're thrilled with that. A caveat to I guess another bonus to this game is this is the first time, it turns out, first time we've beaten Rhode Island. And for our senior class, they've played them all 4 years and lost 3 of them. So to add that kind of as a notch, to be honest, I didn't know that before the game. They told me that after the game, but I was thrilled for them. They took something extra out of the victory because of that. And it was a good game all the way around, so we were pleased. Anytime you go away from home and beat a good opponent is great. Anytime you pitch a shutout, great. And it was just a good overall effort by us, and very good stuff.
I want to ask you about the shutout, and Alana Brennan has now 9.5 for her career, just a game away from the program record. Just what does she bring to your guys' table, just in a type of anchor that she is?
Just a stable anchor is the best way to say it. I get asked questions about Alana a lot of the time because of her success, a lot of the times because I'm a goalkeeper coach myself. But she provides more than just a shot stopper for us. What people don't understand about goalkeepers a lot is the good ones, the best ones, they do so much that goes unnoticed. They have to manage the game. They have to be responsible for where their defenders are in front of them. They have to be responsible for what space is left open, what space is not. And at the end, when you have to take on that responsibility as a goalkeeper, it can go a variety of ways. And a lot of good goalkeepers, talented goalkeepers, crumble under that kind of pressure of taking all that responsibility. And every day, Alana kind of steps in, does that exact thing, does it with a smile on her face, does it in a positive manner, and just provides that kind of constant and stable backdrop for us, that even when she doesn't make great saves like she does a lot, she still is doing a whole lot more than people realize. So 9.5 shutouts, yeah, she's one away from a record of ours, which we hope to do shortly. Hopefully she'll eclipse that record in the next few games. But she'll be the first to tell you that means very little to her. Wins mean everything to us, and statistics are nice and individual accolades are outstanding, but we're a group that's after wins and after a league championship.
Well, you guys were this close this past weekend to notching a win at UMBC in Baltimore against a Good Retrievers team. A final score 1-1. And this is a game that was largely controlled by you guys. Severely outshot them 21-8, I believe the tally was. What are your thoughts as you come away with that? I mean, it's the first time that the Albany women's soccer program since 2009 has registered a point in the conference opener, but just talking to you a little bit, it's sort of bittersweet, right?
Yeah, this can be a fickle game, in truth, and there'd be a lot of ways to look at this game and say, well, we deserved better. We outshot them. It wasn't just that we outshot them. We created some very, very good chances, and we're unlucky not to finish one of them. We're unlucky to allow a goal because the way their goal happened was a lot of good fortune for them, a lot of bad fortune for us. But at the end of the day, the scoreline doesn't lie. We didn't find a way to put another goal in. It could have easily been a game that we kind of put our foot down and went forward. So I'm hesitant to say we deserved anything more than we got. a 1-1 tie at Baltimore for the first conference game of the year is still a good result. It's a point away from home, a long way away from home, and it's a point that a lot of our league opponents don't get. So big picture, we'll take it. We'll take the point. Yes, we would have loved to take the full 3 like we believed we could have at various times throughout the game, but we know that this game is responsible to give us nothing, and we have to earn everything we get. So we're okay with it. We'll move forward. We'll make sure it doesn't happen again, and when we get those chances, we'll bury them.
Before we cut you loose here, just got to touch on the head coach, Caitlin Coachella, is coming back into the fold after missing a significant time with obviously the birth of her first child. Just what does that mean for you guys to have the head coach back? And I know your role is going to change just a little bit, but you guys do a lot of coaching by committee anyway.
Yeah, we're thrilled to have her back. I mean, she stayed as involved as she could while she was doing something that was far more important than a game. So we're excited to have her back. We're excited to be kind of a full unit again with the team and the players and the coaches. And it's hopefully just going to enhance our perspective even more. We're going to have one more brilliant mind around us all the time, and the more we're going to collaborate with the team and with ourselves, the better off we're all going to be. So, for us, it's just another step in the right direction. Is what we're anticipating, and we're at the point now where we're just firing on all cylinders, and Caitlin being back is only going to help in that.
And real quickly, last question before we let you go. Seriously, this time, Binghamton, Thursday night, second conference game. What do Binghamton bring to the table?
Well, Binghamton's another tough conference opponent. They're going to be physical. They're going to want to play at a high rate. Right now, they're a wounded animal. They took a hard loss their last game out. That scoreline is not indicative of what they can be and how hard they can play. So we're going to go into this game expecting a dogfight. We're going to go into this game expecting that we have to work very hard to control the flow of the game and to dictate the outcome and to kind of impose our will on the game. Won't be easy. We're happy to play home. We're happy to play in front of our student body and our fans. Same is true for every game at this point. We expect to go in and dictate the play, and we expect to win the game.
All right. Thanks for a couple minutes, man. Best of luck moving forward.
Appreciate it.
All right, that'll do it for this week's edition of Coach's Corner. Next time we'll be joined by Caitlin Coachella once again. We'll look back at Binghamton and ahead to the rest of the America East schedule. For Nick Balquette, I'm Zach By. We'll see you next time.